onto your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What's going on, Entertainment? So today I'm coming to you with another recap. So today we're doing Love and Hip Hop, and also wanted to talk a little bit about Kenya Moore's interview that she did part 2 with Carlos King. First of all, Love and Hip Hop, y'all showing y'all hand. Y'all want to know why? Y'all low-key expose yourselves with how fake Love and Hip Hop is, and I always told y'all this from me being there a couple of times. Y'all is messing up with the fakeness, because in tonight's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta episode, Safaree admits to Spice, Queen of the Dancehall Spice, that he has been banging out Erica's Debbie Cakes every time they end up linking up, and he ends up running into her. You know, maybe they're exchanging the kids. He ends up mashing up the kicks, okay? Mash up the kicks, right? That to me shows that the show is fake, because when they asked Safaree in the confessional, why have you never told Amara La Negra, okay, and her afro? He basically says, oh, it's like none of her business or whatever. But then when you watch Love Hip Hop Miami, first of all, Safaree and Amara, I see no chemistry there. Sorry. That's what reads even more fake. Like, y'all not even good actors, okay? At least Erica, you know, with her vein, she pops out the vein and she gives us theatrics. Amara, you need to take more acting classes, mama, okay? Listen, mama, you really do, okay? When we see them on Love Hip Hop Miami, it's as if they're trying to persuade us that they're, you know, pursuing like a relationship that's heading down the serious path. So why wouldn't you tell her that you're banging out Erica Mena and her cakes? Because it's all for storyline purposes. It's common sense. So y'all kind of messed up by making Safaree hop from franchise to franchise to franchise, because now we're starting to see through a lot of it. When he said that, I was shocked, because I'm like, I wouldn't think he would admit that, because it really takes the, you know, credentials away from Miami. Now people are not going to be able to look at Love Hip Hop Miami the same this season, because we just all gonna know that this whole time that you was filming it, you was banging out Amala, you was banging out Erica Mena. So it's kind of like, it's weird. And I don't believe the timeline. He says he stopped a month ago. I doubt it. The way Erica acts, that D, that Jamaican D, makes her go crazy. Like, no, there's no way. I don't believe that, you know, they stopped a little bit. Like, no. It's okay. Like, it happens, right? So we see in the episode Safaree meets with Spice, and they, you know, are eating together. Their chemistry is more believable in a relationship, if they were to ever to get into one, than Amara and Safaree. Okay, I really believe that they will be a good match together. They both have the Jamaican background. Okay, Spice has the Big Debbie Cakes. Safaree likes to mash up the Big Debbie Cakes, and that's the closest he'll ever get to getting back Nicki Minaj. Okay, so you might as well go for Spice Safaree, right? So they're talking, and you know, Spice is really mad at Safaree because Safaree is alleged to not be paying child support. So he pulls up the receipts. He pulls up the receipts, bam. And Spice is just shocked. She's like, what? What you telling me now? She's looking at the receipts. And then he then proceeds to tell Spice, Queen of the Dancehall Spice, that he's also been banging out Erica Mena's cakes. Now, Erica Mena, for all those theatrics and stuff that you do on the socials and everything, and you're still letting him dip in the dip stack, that's how you mind your business when it comes to relationships. I don't ever anybody that knows Pierre, maybe I mind my business when it comes to relationships, because they'll argue one day, next moment they're making out, banging each other out, and then you end up sitting there looking like an idiot. Okay, so if I was Spice, I would have just stayed out of it. I wouldn't even take a side. Okay, pick a side. I wouldn't pick one. Okay, because this is all. It just smells like a stunt.
I smell a stunt.
Like, it just all smells like a stunt to me, and like, it reeks of fakeness, which is irritating to me. But Erica did say towards the end of the episode that he was paying child support, but he was paying it late. Okay, I think Spice switching up so quickly though does make her look questionable. It makes her look like she had animosity with Erica Mena, like kind of like the whole time, and it kind of makes more sense when we see the preview to the next episode where she talks about how I guess Safaree called her at one point, and Erica was like, "What? Why are you calling Spice? Huh? Are you kidding me? You call Spice but not your children." You know how Erica is with the theatrics. So that makes a lot more sense now. Okay. So I feel like she kind of switched up on Erica so quickly in regards to how she feels about Erica making up these lies and acting as if she, hates Safaree's guts, even though she's, right. I think she did that so quickly because of that, right? And also, in my opinion, Rennie Rucci is the star of the season. Her turning what happened with Erica Banks into a healing moment, that's very, plausible. It really is, because she could have really just, turned and be like, oh no, that bitch, she ain't nothing. Like, she just run her mouth. That's why I gave her that bukkake, that big old bukkake. She boom bukkake. I still can't get over that bukkake. She gave you a thick bukkake. I mean, damn. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. Rennie sat her down because the way Erica walked about that scene, you could kind of tell she was like, damn, this bitch. I'm sorry, but she deserved it. Okay, you did deserve it because she was trying to play nice and you was trying to start stuff. We see her in the scene with her kids, and she talks about how she's not over her passing of her mom. And anytime something of mental health is sort of thrown in her face, it kind of triggers her because she still hasn't healed over that, which I think was a great thing she kind of talked about during the episode and shine a light over, because the Black community, we do not like to seek any type of mental health. We don't like to talk about our feelings. So for her to really hone in on that, thank you. Okay, so Rennie Rucci to me is the GOAT of this season so far. Okay, it was Erica, but then she got in that little love triangle, and then it went all down here from there. I was rooting for you, Erica, not Mena Banks. Okay, but then you started messing around with corny, chaotic, and then you lost me. Okay, now Sierra, you serving that man outside was the key. I think Sierra doesn't have the potential to be in a relationship because I think she wants to be in charge 100%. I don't ever see her letting go and letting a man take charge. I just don't ever see that. I think Sierra has that boss mentality in every way, personally, business wise, which is a beneficial thing. But personally, I don't think she ever gonna let go and let a man take reins. It's just I don't ever see it happening. I feel like she's too guarded for that, right? Not gonna lie, her serving that man outside that part was a little bit of a key. She was, I think, a little bit mean to him when it came to her event. I really feel like he was trying to just support her. He doesn't seem to me like a dickhead. Like, y'all be seeing dickheads on TV. He just don't ring me at that time. He seems like a pushover, low key. So the stuff that Sierra says about him, I'll be shocked. I'm like, you really out here like, doing all these things that she's claiming? Because like he don't give me that type. But then, looks are deceiving. So he might be doing that, right? And we get to the event of Spice Queen of the Downtown Spice, and she is, receiving a key for this grand event or whatever, and everybody's there in their ball gowns and the extras. They're all there, right? And Spice is dressed like Isma for Cusco's Cruise with the thing around her neck, and then she with the frilly stuff around her neck, and she receives her key, and then Safaree gets brought up. Shekinah needs her ass beat. I'm sorry, it's long overdue. Lyrica didn't do enough. Erica, that vein that was popping out of your forehead, you should have popped Shekinah. Okay, I'm just saying, like to me, she kind of thinks it's a joke. Like these are people's real lives. Although the show is heavily produced, Safaree and her real life have issues. Safaree's just not real life with Amada. If y'all really want the tea, like they're not together. Like that's just for TV, right? So like those two, like they real life have those issues. So she kind of thinks it's like a joke and it's a kiki. So she goes and tells Erica about it, and Erica's just like, no, like all I do is he just wants to eat my Debbie cakes and ask me to whiz on him. Okay? Take a good old piss. I said, ooh. Safaree, you a nasty motherfucker. Like, you really let her just do that to you. After all the negative things she done said about you on social media, you let her crock open. Okay, she probably make that sound too after she do it. And then you eat her Debbie cakes. Wow. I couldn't believe it. I said, damn. We got to learn a lot about those two. Like, if that's not nasty, I don't know what is. I know some people have their fetishes or whatever, and I don't fetish shame, but the pee thing I never really got. Now eating the Debbie cakes thing, I get it. Okay. But the other stuff, I don't really too much mess with that. It's giving toilet bowl. Okay. So she kind of let us know that, he asked to do it, so I do it. That's still sexual. Okay. It don't matter. Safaree was your toilet bowl. That's sexual, regardless. He was under your Debbie cakes, and then he's okay, and he like he was doing all of that. Like, that's not just some friends just do to each other. Okay, so Erica trying to excuse that to me was BS, because you paint him on social media as this horror, as if he's like this bad man, a waste man. Okay, there's a bad waste man on social media. Y'all here freaking and deacon. So that to me is a little fake, and it kind of makes you look really bad, to be honest. And that's why I think Safaree did it, because he really exposed you. All right. But Shekinah kind of like making a light out of it, be like, oh, he make you look real bad, friend. Like, trying to be funny about it. That's what you really should have snapped on Shekinah, Erica. Okay. You really should have. So then Erica starts to go crazy. She's just like, he doesn't, he's kids. And they zoom into the vein on her forehead. They got new editors on MTV. When Love and Hip Hop switched over to MTV, they hired new editors, because they would have never did on VH1. They zoomed into that vein, and I know that reunion gonna be funny, because Rashida didn't have to say that in her confessional, even though I peeped it too. There's gonna be a lot of good scenes and confrontations during this reunion, because Sierra and Erica are not even friends, and also Bambi's not even friends with Sierra also. So it's going to be a really lit ass reunion. All right. That's what it ends the episode with, Erica's vein. We get a close up of that. And that was really it. All right. Like I said, Atlanta, they're doing them a big one. They really are. Miami, not too much. I will say, I know I'm not recapping Miami, but just a little glimpse. I didn't like how Trina, when she met that new girl, that she acted the way that she did. This what I'm telling you, man. The bitches, they be thinking they Beyonce. Okay, I'm like, wow. Like, she could at least be like, congratulations. I'm so sorry. I have to go, but the way she said, she like, oh, hi. I was like, I was in shock. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just it's the industry, and it's really Miami too. So that wasn't a good look for Trina Babes. But hey, is what it is. Shout out to Rory though. He doing him a big one. Okay. Rory, I was doing him a big one. All right, so let's get into Kenya's second part of the interview. So she did a second part of the interview with Carlos, and this to me was way better than the Nene interview. Like, Kenya was vulnerable, she was funny. It wasn't a whole lot of ass kissing. It was funny. So Kenya says that Phaedra knew about the rumor with her and Apollo wasn't true, but she said it anyways to destroy her. And Apollo was the one who told Carlos that it wasn't true. And Carlos told him he needed to tell Kenya sorry on camera. And it basically, that scene where you saw them outside in the all white, and then Kenya was just like, I'm not doing this with you, Apollo. I'm not doing this with you. Apparently that was like over 30 minutes, and that scene was about like 5 minutes. So you kind of see how reality TV works. She says she misses Portia. She wants Portia back on Atlanta Housewives. Portia, if she doesn't get a peach next season, just not cancel the show, just revamp the show. Because clearly casting doesn't know what they're doing. So at least start with a new batch of girls to, screw with. Because, like, y'all don't know what to do with this batch. If she doesn't get a peach next season, you guys are trash. Because with the right check them out, Portia's going to do it. Portia loves the clout. She has the African man, so she doesn't need the most money. But if you guys give her a fat check and promise of clout and maybe a spinoff, she'll do it. All right. She mentions the season 6 reunion and how it was kind of traumatizing for her. She says this was kind of funny, and I kind of felt sick for laughing. She said that, like, let's say she would eat out and about, she would be scared that somebody would come behind her and try to drag her out. But you deserve that, Kenya. Not random people doing it, but what Portia did, because you was putting it in her face. You jobsting in that girl's face like a damn medieval fighter, and you didn't think that was gonna happen to you. So that was a little bit of key for me that she went through that, which is crazy. Like, you wouldn't think that, but like when you go on a show like this and something like that happens, other people will try to mimic it or try to try you. So that is something that was kind of funny to find out. Kenya says that she feels Drew and Sanya didn't earn their peaches. I think Drew earned her peach, Sanya didn't earn her peach. I think Sanya should have stayed a friend of, should have been a friend of last season. They should have brought in a couple new people. Sanya, I think, didn't deserve her peach at all. She really was bashing the casting people this part of the interview, which I think was well deserved. She says that Claudia and Eva deserve more seasons. I don't know why they want Claudia to come back so far. In my opinion, although she did really good on her season, and I love Claudia Jordan, I feel like she gets more hate than what she deserves. So don't come for me. But I just don't think her performance was worthy of like her coming back again and again and again, because she couldn't even show her man at the time that she was dating, I believe, that season she was on. So I don't think her storyline was the strongest. But the way that she went back and forth with Nene, that's why a lot of people want her back. Now, Eva, they should have did all they could to have Eva come back. Shamari is somebody that they shouldn't have let go. That to me was the worst one season wonder that they let go. Like, to me, she should have came back right after. She should have been offered a full-time position. Okay. She made fun of Courtney a lot this season and this interview. And y'all know Courtney talks like an ASMR person. Courtney be like, well, like, I love Kenya. And like the things that I do, it makes me happy. And like the season. That's how Courtney talks. And I'm like, damn, can you stop breathing? Talk. Enunciate. Like very much like LaToya Jackson. Okay. So she feels like Courtney kind of came on with like an agenda. Courtney did come up with the agenda. It was blatantly obvious she wanted to come for Candy and had, goals to kind of get Candy riled up. And she felt like a lot of the new girls were being trained, which I agree with 100%. She was very upset because she feels like a lot of her business's storyline was cut out from the show. If y'all don't know, she did start a salon and they cut that out completely. And she says her dream cast, she wants women who are authentic, can anchor the show, and she calls the season 6 cast the dream team, but she says it's impossible to have that team again. Impossible. It really is, because of Nene. So it is impossible to have that cast back again. What I found the funniest was when she got on Marlo. So she says that Marlo has one of those chairs that lifts people that are old up the stairs because of those old white men that she allegedly is with, which I thought was the funniest thing ever. One thing I can't take from Kenya is that she's not funny. Kenya's hilarious. Another thing, too, when she was going in on Marlo, she was like, I don't know why she thinks she's like so innocent. She's all pink on the inside. I'm like, she called you a Starburst, bitch. I was crying. All right. That interview was really, really good. Carlos really did him a big one with that interview. I really feel like after this interview, though, the producers will not be too happy because they were kind of bashed throughout the whole part of the interview. So she might not get a peach next season, but that'll make the show go downhill even more. So that might not be the smartest thing that they should do. Okay. Let me know what y'all thought about this interview and also what y'all thought about Love Hip Hop Atlanta. And if y'all also love Hip Hop Miami, what y'all think of the season so far and Safaree Amara Negra's relationship. All right. Leave your comments down below. We out, babies.
No personal thing.